Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Some of you do not like the driving videos. In fact, I get people saying, you need to fix your exhaust, it's too loud. Brother, in this 25-year-old truck, the exhaust is about the only thing that actually functions properly. It's called dual exhaust with glass packs. It's supposed to sound that way. I can't promise you that much of anything else on this truck works the way it's supposed to, but the exhaust functions fine. No rust in it, no leaks, nothing. It's supposed to sound that way. But I don't want to, hurt some of the more gentler ones. So I decided to just pull off the side of the road and do this. Today is my anniversary. And so I've been busy spending time with my wife. We went out to eat. We haven't gone to a restaurant together in probably a year. And just had the day, right? And now it's back home because, the Sabbath is on its way. Wanted to go over some things in the news, and one in particular that some of you may know exactly what it is that I'm talking about when I get to that point, and others I may have to clue you in on it. But before we get to that, the Pope is speaking out again. He's becoming such the public figure. I know he's the Pope, right? But he's urging nations to overcome the paralysis of fear over migrants. That's kind of hillbilly. A hillbilly talk would be, y'all need to just get over all these illegals coming into your place and quit being terrified of them. Just get over it. Well, at least that's what he said. Biden agrees to provide Ukraine with long-range missiles. Now, it was just days ago that the White House was saying that we would not do this. It was just a few days ago that we were saying, no, they need a defense missile system, a system to knock, air defense system. They don't need these long-range missiles. And, well, Biden has finally agreed to, because behind closed doors, who knows what goes on between him and Zelensky, and he's been in Washington. I'm sure this will go really well with the Russians. Things have just gotten crazy over there. The Ukrainians struck one of their military headquarters in Crimea. And then also today, news is that there was a massive cyber attack in Crimea. I'm sure it had something to do with Ukraine and probably our own people, NSA, CIA, that kind of stuff, because I'm not so sure that Ukraine has the capabilities of really waging a major cyber-type attack. But I could be wrong. The last thing in the news, it's not the last thing in the news. There's a lot of stuff in the news. I mean, I could go on and on about how there's 10,000 illegals invading our country every day. 10,000. Can you just, that's a massive amount that are coming across the border from Haiti, from Africa, from all over South America, Venezuela. I mean, Biden just gave, 500,000 Venezuelans legal status, and now it's been leaked that he's wanting to, that they're planning. They already had the pictures and everything of federal ID cards. They're going to be giving them federal ID cards, all these illegals, so that they can go out and get jobs and get social services and all this kind of stuff. This is an absolute war. This is an invasion, folks. This is not just some humanitarian thing going on. It's an absolute invasion. It's about 95% right now that's coming across the border are all military-aged males. You can watch the videos. It's bad. Even the Texas governor, who is a World Economic Forum guy, is speaking out against this. I don't think there's anything that's going to really stop it right now. The Republicans had hinted that they weren't going to do any kind of deal with the budget until the border was fixed. But I don't know. I don't know what kind of massive efforts it would take to actually secure the border at this point, because it's absolute anarchy down there. There's videos of some type of federal or contractors of federals building on our side, building temporary type processing facilities right on the border, because they're just getting overwhelmed, and some of the cities down on the Texas border have declared a state of emergency just because of the amount of influx of invasion that's coming through. And I can't even imagine. I'm comparing it to out here where I live. If 4,000 or 5,000 people just showed up all at once to take over a town, to live in a town, to demand some type of services, food, shelter, medical treatment. it would overwhelm us in seconds. So I'm sure that's a bad deal. The main thing that I wanted to talk about today, though, and like I said, some of you, as soon as you see this, you may already know this, but some of you, as soon as you see this, you're going to like, oh my goodness. And others are probably going to be, who are you talking about? Zelensky, and I dug it when I first saw this afternoon when we got back home. I dug around because I thought, come on, this has got to be some of that fake news kind of stuff. So I dug around, and as far as I can tell, on several different news agencies, big news agencies, it is true. Zelensky, yeah, you know, the guy the running Ukraine and stealing all of America's money, has asked Marina Abramovic. Yes, you should know that name. If you don't, you should go find out and learn something. Has asked Marina Abramovic to be the ambassador for Ukraine. She will also help to rebuild the schools in the country. Oh man, some of you are probably clueless right now, but I know a lot of you aren't. I mean, this is like Satan's daughter. I maybe not literally, but pretty close to that. She's very famous. She's an artist. Number one, what would an artist have anything to do with, you know, being an ambassador of schools? But she's an artist, and she's famous for her what's called spirit cooking, which is where they take animals' blood and they pour it all over the place, and they cook things that look like humans. They claim that it's not humans, but it looks like they're eating human beings. There's all kinds of conspiracy surrounding, and I've watched a documentary on her and a couple other things, that there's all kinds of conspiracies around her of pedophilia and human consumption of, you know, of humans. And yeah, really bad stuff. This woman is at the center of all of this evil, demonic pedophiles, the satanic rituals, all of that. This woman is always right at the center of it. Okay? And this is the woman that they're trying to get to be the ambassador of Ukraine and be in charge of rebuilding their schools. I'm sure they would love to have all those little children that under her care. My point to this one is the same thing that I've been talking about for a while. This is way bigger than what it seems. This is all out spiritual warfare. This is pure evilness. These demons, and that's just about what they are. Are they literal demons? I can't say. But that's just about what they are. I've heard Alex Jones say that. And you know what? As much as it's kind of a shock for him to say that, I don't think he's too far off from the truth. These evil people that are running the world and that are running institutions, that are running businesses and governments and schools, they're taking over. Why are they taking over? Because darkness is falling on this earth. It is. And darkness is giving the appearance that it is winning. It's making you think that it's winning. It's making you think, people think that it's in charge. This evilness, this satanic evilness. And we are seeing more and more of it. I remember, and I'm going to be careful because I know sometimes children watch this channel, so I want to be careful with the words I use. But with all this transgender stuff that's going on, and we went from the transgender being normalized to now they're working on normalizing pedophilia. I know it's not fully normalized in society, but more and more of society are accepting that it's a sexual preference, you know. Myself and a few others have said, well, the next thing it's going to be animals. I know that's disgusting, I get it, but the next thing's going to be animals. And sure enough, it was in the news. It was a protest. They call it zoophilia, I think. And it's, you know what, with animals. Trying to normalize that now. There's no bounds to their evilness. No boundaries, no compass, no guide, no confines to their wickedness, folks. And that's what we're seeing happen. And this is why we have to get ready. Not just because the economy's collapsing and because illegals are invading us and because, you know, the stock market may collapse or housing is skyrocketing at the highest it's ever been. Beef prices are up. Oil prices are up. Everything's up, up, up. We're about ready to go into nuclear war, World War III. All of these things are certainly happening. But none of them are as big a deal as what's going on in the spiritual realm with this evilness, this satanic darkness that is becoming so pervasive in our society. Some of you might get a little sick and tired of me talking about this, and I'm not going to apologize for it. It is what it is. When someone like Marina Abramovic is popularized, that enough is bad. But then potentially appointed as an ambassador of a country that we are, as Americans, are propping up with our tax dollars. I don't see how we can see it any other way. This is sick. All of this is sick, but it's becoming normal, and it's going to become worse. And you need to be getting prepared for it. You need to be coming together with like-minded people. Really do. Building tribe and community. If you are in my area, in the Missouri Ozarks or northern Arkansas Ozarks or anything like that, our meeting is this Sunday. If you've been to it, you know where it's at, you know the time, just show up. It's this Sunday. If you're in my neck of the woods and you've never been and you'd like to come, shoot me an email, and I'll get back with you as quick as I can. I do get a little overwhelmed with them, but I'll get back as fast as I can and get you the details of how to be there. Our meeting this weekend, it's going to be a good one. We've got a doctor coming in. He's one of the frontline doctors. He's going to talk about, ways to treat stuff that's, they're warning us about. And it's just a great time. People come and it's whole families. We eat. It's a big potluck. We have an open market, so people that make things and sell things and businesses set up little booths and tables, and you can use currency. You can use gold and silver a lot of times. We have a big free table. It's just a big, fun family event. So if you're able to come, please do. We've got to be doing more of this kind of stuff, and we're not the only ones that do this, but we have to be finding other like-minded people, and we need to be getting prepared, because this evilness, yeah, it's taken over, and I think between now and to the end of time, it's quite possible that you and I, folks like us, we're just going to become more and more into hiding or into getting away from all of this, getting out of society and getting away and finding others, because it's going to become more dangerous for us to just be around all of this evilness. We have a target on us, and more that target's going to become more profound. You need to be getting your houses in order, folks, preparing yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.